Alrighty, this is William from privatepodcast.com here at SEMA at the Hedman Hedders booth with Marc. Good to meet you.
Likewise, Willie. Thanks for stopping by.
Now, I understand this is your 60th anniversary?
Absolutely.
So you started in 1954.
54.
How did the company get started?
Just like most of the companies that are here today that have been around for years, just going out in the dry lakes, racing, going to the drag strip and racing, trying to beat their friends, and they do something to make themselves go a little bit faster, and then people catch on, and that's basically how Bob Hedman started the company, just making stuff for himself, and then everyone heard how well his cars were performing. They say, hey, can you make us a set of headers? And this snowballed from there, and here we are 60 years later.
Oh, so it turned into a full-time job.
Yeah, absolutely.
To fund his racing hobby.
Probably, yeah. That's pretty standard. Pretty standard demo.
So, what are your different product lines?
Now we're not owned by some conglomerate. We are privately owned, family owned. We got Hedman Hedders, Hamburger Performance Products, Transdat Performance Product, which started in '59. So we have a lot of history here. And then the last is our racing header line, which is Hedman Rustler Header, and they're based out of Georgia.
Okay. What new stuff are you showing off today at SEMA?
The biggest thing is with the automotive exhaust, so there's a lot to worry about with emissions. So we try and do what we can to come up with new applications that are street legal. We just came up with the 2011-2014 Mustang GT header, and we actually took it to SEMA's new tech center in Diamond Bar, California. We're one of the first products that was tested there for EEO number, which is executive order, which makes it street legal. So we did that. We've got that passed with flying colors. So that's a number one thing is a new Mustang. There are a lot of not street legal headers out there, but if someone wants to stay on the right side of the law and be able to smog their cars, then that's the header you'd want to go with. Since '84 we started offering our headers with a coating. We took the technology from the aerospace industry, and we've been making with the silver stuff since '84. And then last year we added a black version of it to our racing line, and it's been extremely popular. So now all of our headers are available in a black. So if you have silver or black, which is kind of cool if you want a sleeper look, you don't want to be standing out all flashy, the black is the way to go.
Excellent. What about some of these other products that you've got on display?
Good thing. That one there, that's actually an LS pan for GM A-body, 6467 GM A-body, and S10 actually does double duty. The front of the pan is only 2 inches deep, which means that it'll fit above the cross member, but the sump is shallow enough so that it doesn't hang below the cross member, so you don't shear it off. So it works that way. It's very, very compatible with the GM classic cars, not just the A-bodies. But the reason I brought up the A-body is because it's actually part of a kit that we call the engine swap in a box. We've offered them for S10 V8 swaps. Now we have an S10 LS swap, and also for the GM A-body. And that comes with the headers, comes with the oil pan, and the motor mount. So it's all one big box. They work together. You're not doing that trial and error type thing. You have return parts. So that's something that we're pretty proud of, to have the LS. LS isn't something new for us. We have an entire line out of our race division that deals with nothing but LS and the classic GM, and even a Fox body Mustang. But that's something from our California street line that we're really proud to introduce this year.
Now I got to ask about the Plymouth.
That little thing? Actually, that there is owned by David Parks, who is actually Wally Parks' son. He and his dad were driving this. They go out to the dry lake bed, and Dave would drive his Camaro, and Wally would drive this thing. But since then, Wally has passed, moved on. Dave is now restoring it. He brought it over to our shop, and he brought all these historic photos of what the headers looked like back in the day when Bob Hedman first built it. Because when the car was made, they had like 10 days to build it.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
Yeah, and they brought it over to Bob's original shop, and he built a set of headers one-off for it. And Dave gave us all these pictures, so we brought it into R&D, and our R&D department basically rebuilt a new set of headers using the old photos, because he wants to make it as close to the original car that Hot Rod ran back in '57 as it can be. Which, if you look at it, this is not a post car, which was the original one. There were other iterations of this which were not the post, but he's doing everything he can to make sure it's exactly like his dad drove back in '57.
Yeah, and wasn't there an issue on that race day about some fuel?
I don't know anything about that. That's something you might want to ask Dave.
Okay, I think there was something they couldn't get gas or something.
Oh yes,
They didn't have a membership.
They weren't NASCAR members or something like that. So they ended up having to do that, and they ended up getting their fuel. But yeah, they wouldn't give them fuel because they weren't NASCAR members.
Right.
I remember that. Thanks for bringing that up. I totally forgot about that.
Okay. And if someone wanted to get a hold of any of these great parts, who would they talk to?
Well, you can either give us a call 5 days a week at Hedman Hedders, or you can go to our website, hedmanperformance.com, and all of our brands are not just Hedman. All the brands are there. You can find your dealers there, product information, anything you need. Otherwise, if you don't get your answer, just give a call to our tech guys. They're there 5 days a week to help you out.
Awesome. Thanks so much for talking with us.
Yeah, really appreciate you stopping by again. Thanks.
All righty.